Hey, everybody. Welcome to the MURCA Guns and Freedom podcast with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. As always, my ankle just popped really loud. Hope you couldn't hear that. As always, this is just an open chat with me and the viewers. And it's not just me and the viewers. It's also you can chat with my other viewers. If you're someone out there, you got a question, maybe I don't know the answer. Maybe someone in the chat will. You know, there's like another 120, 150 people in here usually that might have the answer to your question. So feel free to put any questions you got on the table. If you send something to me and I read it, maybe someone else will know the answer if I don't. Also, if you feel like you disagree with me on something, chime in, let me know you disagree with me. We can even film a little episode of Spank the Yank. I love to hear opposing opinions. So don't be afraid to disagree with me. I respect that when people do it. And plus, like I said, I think it leads to some really good conversation. So let me know if you disagree with anything I've said or just ask me questions or suggest topics. Now, I usually start off by reading any orders we've gotten today for merchandise, if we did get orders. Let's see if we got any. We got two, actually. What's his name? Still hasn't ordered those shirts I made for him with his kitty on it. I don't wonder why he don't want them now. George Powell, I made them for him. He hadn't ordered them. We got one order here from Christopher Jones, which I didn't know I still had that item on my list anywhere. I doubt that was going to get made, but we'll see. Thanks for the effort. Craig Simon also bought some stuff here. What'd he get? Oh, he got one of the Only You shirts. I wish we sold more of those. Someone else bought the funny kitty Bang Bang with the tuxedo shirt, the one I made specifically for George Powell. That was George Powell's shirt you just bought. Well, he can still buy it, but I guess maybe they just like tuxedo cats. I mean, it is different and gives it a little more depth, I guess. So thanks to him for purchasing a couple shirts over there. I do appreciate it. If anybody else wants any of my merch, go buy it. In fact, if you want to support the channel in any way, go on over to TYMPpistolproject.com if I get this chat off the window here. Right here is the website. You go to that website. You can sign up to be a patron of my channel. You can sign up to be a Subscribe Star member. Patreon supports mostly pets and vets and the friend and the voices and things like that. And Subscribe Star supports mostly TYMP25, where we provide 4 families every month who wouldn't otherwise be able to afford one. We provide them with firearms to defend themselves, their families, their homes, etc. So go on over, support either of those things you would like to support, or you can just go buy merchandise like this one here, the North American Armed Assault Possum. This is kind of a play. A lot of people don't get this because it's very subtle. It's kind of making fun of the mindset of a lot of people who call ARs and stuff assault weapons simply because they've got some aesthetic things that make them seem like assault weapons when they're not at all. This makes fun of that simple-minded mindset. If that's the way you think, well, then obviously an armadillo is a North American armored assault possum by that same kind of thinking. So that's why I made this shirt right here. But most of my stuff's more whimsical, like the Revolution. This is the 2024 one. There's 2025 now. So go on over there. There's a design for everybody over there. There's some stuff that's pretty dark, 1 or 2 that are kind of dark, and then most of it's very whimsical, though. I like to be able to. I smell something burning. Anybody else smell something burning? I smell something burning. Something burning outside. I think it's because I got the door open because Django's sitting there looking outside. I think maybe my son's burning the cardboard because that's hillbilly recycling. We burn our cardboard and stuff. But as I was saying, I don't know what I was saying, but going over to the website, sign up to be a patron or a Subscribe Star supporter, buy merchandise, whatever you want to do, or register to be a beneficiary of TYMP25. Normally, we would read the beneficiaries today of TYMP25 this month, but I'm waiting until tomorrow because we only had 3 of the judges reply. So I sent out another request for people to vote, and we had 2 people get back to me and say, I never got the first one. Well, you did. It just probably went to your junk mail. So I sent it back out. I'm waiting for a couple more people to vote, and then we will announce the winners tomorrow, hopefully. But right now, 3 judges is not enough to make the decision. So, yeah. So thanks, everybody. Like I said, though, that ordered merchandise. I do appreciate it. Supporting the programs we run here. I don't think I need to read anything as far as subscribe star members. Nope, we lost one. But we didn't gain any. Oh, we lost a posse member. Oh, that's always hurts when you lose a posse member. And we lost a subscribe star member. Who did we lose? Oh, he's my financial situation changed. Well, I always hate to see that. I'd rather I just pissed them off than they can't afford it anymore. With that being said, let's get to the questions. See if we got anything coming in. I think we got one over here that I can answer real quick, fast. Felix P says, just sent it to you. Should appear soon. Because he just sent an email before that says, finally was able to join in. Haven't seen Felix P in a long time. I discovered a new toy at my local gun shop. Make sure you're still got notifications and subscribe, because they've unsubscribed a lot of people from my channel. Make sure you do that. And it did show up. I got it teed up over here to share. When I start sharing what do you call it? The emails. So once we get the emails, I've got it ready to go. All right, let's get over here, see if we got any questions coming in. What's the day? The 15th. Looks like we got a couple. Dale Rickety chimed in here and said, and remember, and pay your tithe to Phil, people. Motherfucker, nobody's paying their tithes to Phil. All he asks is that you pay $2. This is the people I was talking about earlier. Remember when I was chasing people off before we went live? When I was telling them to get their fucking asses out of my chat and never come back? These kind of people I was talking about. The people that don't pay their tithe to Phil. This is one of them. So if you ain't paid your tithe to Phil, go pay your tithe to Phil. You sit here and enjoy this entertainment, this top-notch quality entertainment. You watch my videos, which are even better because I edit those. This isn't edited. So you sit there and you don't pay your tithe to Phil. It's disrespectful. So I hope he blows your trailer away with your baby in it. Otherwise, go pay your tithe to Phil so you're on his good side. He spends it all on pets and vets. He helps the Pets and Vets program meet its requirements every month. So help him out. He's busy saving you from, I don't know, whatever type of monsters roam around out in the void wanting to destroy the cosmic watermelon. I'm sure there's a lot of them out there want to eat it, that he protects it, and that's all of existence that he's protecting. So that's you too. So don't piss him off. As I was saying, Dale Rickety said, this is Dale Rickety, right? Yes, Dale Rickety said, please do not take attendance tonight as I will be absent. I will bring a note from my wife tomorrow. Thanks. I don't think you will. I think you will write it yourself. I'm not falling for that trick. What do you think I am? Where are you going? I know you don't go nowhere, so why can't you be at the chat? I don't know. I don't know if I like what's going on. This sense of independence a lot of you all are developing, I don't know if I like any of it. You can stick to what you're supposed to be doing. All right. Salvatore Verga. Wonder if he's here tonight. He didn't say nothing, so I don't think he's here. He just made a donation to TYMP. He got himself an entry into the Silver Bullet drawings. He got a couple entries into that, and an entry into the double super secret rock giveaway drawing, which tomorrow's the last day you can get entries into that. It's today and tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. This is the last days. Because I want to say the 17th was the first day I have entries from. So tomorrow would be the 16th, would be the last day for entries into the double super secret rock giveaway that we can't talk about. Although I don't know how much more trouble we could get into with YouTube. Jeffrey Vaughn paid his $2 tithe to Phil and said, what is the lesser evil, retiring a gun to be an incomplete wall hanger or rebuild like a professional Bubba? Well, I mean, either one's fine with me. As long as you got other guns, there's nothing wrong with using a gun as an art piece because they are very much artistically put together sometimes. I think they're a beautiful piece of machinery, is very artistic. So feel free to do either. I approve. I've bubbled up some stuff. Hell, I've got that gun that's got the Superman engraved on the side of it. Not even well. It's like laser engraving. It's awful, but I did it. Where was I at? That was Jeffrey Vaughn paid his $2 tithe to Phil. Michael C3PO paid his $2 tithe to Phil. It's early, so answer me. What could the Trump administration do to make you take to the streets and protest or make you actively resist? Well, I mean, I can't say that I'm not resistant on some levels already with some things because I'm probably not obeying every gun law in the world. But I don't know. I mean, there's some pretty shitty stuff politicians can do. Like if they declared martial law. Like if they use the border as an excuse to declare martial law and suspend midterms or something. Well, then, yeah, that I would protest. If they started detaining Americans without representation, which they've already done a couple of times, if they start doing that on a larger scale where it can't be brushed off as a mistake, well, then, yeah, I'd be out in the streets protesting that. So it could be a lot of things, I guess. But as of right now, I don't think any of that's going to happen. At least I hope not. I'm hoping we get some good stuff happening. I ain't seeing it yet, but hopefully. That was Michael C3PO. And then he chimed in again and said, make a Coachella Yankee magnet. If you were forced to get a Yankee tune as a tattoo, what would it be? Oh, you mean one of my designs? If I got one of my designs as a tattoo, it'd probably be the mouse guns. You know, it's because it's simple, it's clean, there's no words. It's just Mickey standing there with an AK and a revolver. Or has he got an AR and a revolver? It's one of those. So probably that one. It's nice, it's simple. Or maybe I wouldn't do the Pikachu. Maybe the Peg Leg Pete. The Pete's Grindhouse one. I think I might go with that one instead. It'd either be the Mickey Mouse Guns one or the Peg Leg Pete. I kind of want to do a Han Solo one, so I'm probably going to do a Mickey as Han Solo just because I want to draw a Han Solo blaster. So I got to find some way to make that seem like it makes sense to make it. But as of right now, I don't know why I would make it, but kind of want to. Clinton, Seattle. She chimed in. Well, at least nice to know she ain't dead. Anybody say Last of the Mohicans yet? No, nobody said Last of the Mohicans. Nobody said it, I don't think. You just said it. I said it because I read it, but I didn't say it on my own free will. You made me say it. I think I've seen Last of the Mohicans, but it's been a very, very, very long time ago. I remember I'm very old. I know I look young. I look youthful. I mean, you look at me and you're like, what is he, 35? But I'm almost 60. I'm 60. I can't wait till I am 60. I'm 60 and I can kick and I can, it's 50 in her sketch, but I'm going to do it at 60. I'm going to pull my pants up way high till I have camel toe. Actually, be moose knuckle in my case. But I'm going to do all that. Let's see, where am I at? I forgot what I was doing. That's not unusual for this. If in case there's somebody here and they're worried that that's unusual behavior, it's not. Joseph Sims chimed in and said, I've heard that name a couple times now. He's becoming a regular. Hey, Yank, longtime fan, been planning on getting a 686 plus, but can't decide between the 3 or 4 inch. Any suggestions? Thanks. Are you going to carry it? If you're going to carry it ever, if there's even a chance you're going to carry it, get the 3 inch. If there's almost no chance you're going to carry it, or if when you do carry it, you're going to open carry it, get the 4 inch. Did I say 4 inch first time too? It's 3 inch if you're going to carry it. If it's just going to be for the range, or you might carry it, but if you do, you will open carry it, the 4 inch. There, I think I said it right that time. You know what I mean, even if I didn't say it right. I got the pictures. They'll be coming. Felix P is getting impatient. I do the emails after I do the super chats. So we got to get through the super chats first. We're almost done with the super chats. There's very few more tithes to fill to cover. But that was Joseph Sims. And then we got Christian Carlson said, yo, 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 yo. 5 yo's. And he pays tithe to Phil so he doesn't get his trailer blown away. I could have done without all the yo's, but, you know, I like that he paid his tithe to Phil. Pigar chimed in and said, for Phil. He's paying his Phil tithe because he knows he's in the shit if he don't pay his tithes because he buys a lot of shit, don't pay his tithes, they're going to get him. Yankee, he has emergency pudding run. He has I was talking about Dale Rickety. He don't get his own pudding. They provide the pudding when they put the pills in it. You don't, you know, the home doesn't make you go buy the pudding. It's part of the package. I'm sure he got the pudding and whatever package when he signed up. All right, now, that's Kevin Payton, by the way. Kevin Payton weighed in there. And now we're caught up with the super chats for now. Hopefully more will come, but for now we're caught up. So let's get to the emails so I don't forget them. And so Felix don't lose his fucking shit. Let's see here. Share screen, Winder. First, we got one here from Ghost Shadow. He said the super dangerous Ruger 1020 assault machine gun. Exactly. People will call that an assault rifle because of the way it looks. And that's kind of where this shirt's based on. Because if you base it on looks, that's a North American armored assault possum. Same type of mentality. Although this one's cute. They're very cute. If you've ever held a baby armadillo, they're very cute. I was watching a video the other day where they were getting the fleas off a baby armadillo that they'd rescued. You know, his mother had been killed. Oh, poor little baby armadillo. He just covered in fleas. I was so made me so sad. But at least he was being rescued. Then we got the ever-present John Heasley sent over a picture. And he actually managed to get it in focus. But, of course, he didn't set it up in the right format to where we can actually see the whole picture. He put it in portrait style. But as you can see here, it's a CZ Shadow 2 awesome gun. I got one right there. Got the same blue grips. Although I had to work harder for my blue grips than he did. I bet he bought his with his blue grips. I actually had to go to SHOT Show like 3 years in a row and harass the CZ people. Say, boy, I wish I had a pair of blue grips because they never did put the blue grip ones out. It was always black grip ones. So I had to buy a black grip one. I was like, I bought the black grip one. I wish I'd have been able to get the blue grip one. And they finally got sick enough of me that they gave me a set of the new grips to make me go the fuck away. So I worked harder for my blue grips than he did. He probably just bought them that way. And then we got, finally, we got Felix P. And he sent us a picture of his new, his latest discovery at his local gun shop, which this is good discovery. I love these. I've got one of these somewhere. Found a SIG P232 at my local gun shop. And here's another, my Walther PPKS with his PP32, with his P232. The 232 is one of the best 380 guns you could possibly buy. It just is. It's awesome. I always say when people ask me, what's the best 380? I'm like, oh, I'm torn. There's always three I mention. There's two that are really in contention for the best shooting, best handling 380, but I always throw the PPK in there because it's awesome in every way, and it's got the James Bond thing going for it. But the other two are the 230, 232 from SIG, and the Cheetah from Beretta. Those are just the best 380s. I don't think there's one that's better. And if you think there's one that's better, well, I don't know how to break this to you, but you're wrong. You're just absolutely wrong. All right, let's make sure we're still caught up with all the super chats. I think we are. I haven't seen anything come in. Nope, Kevin Payton was the last one. Make sure we didn't. I thought I saw something pop over here, but I don't think I did. Did somebody order something? No, I don't know what that was that came in. What was that came in? I guess that was where Kevin Payton paid his $2 tithe to Phil. That's what that email was. I don't usually get emails on those, but for some reason that popped up as my email over here. Oh, I think it's probably because I got Gmail open in one of the windows, so I'm getting notifications from my Gmail emails because I've got the Yankee Marshall, not Yankee Marshall, the TYMP25 window email open up over in this window here because I was trying to see if anybody had voted because we need more votes. All right. So this is another reason why I need a co-host, is so that when I'm taking drink water, the other guy could be saying, or gal, whoever it ends up being, could be like, we got another question from Felix P. He's bitching about whether you showed his picture yet or not. While they're doing that, I could be wetting my whistle and you wouldn't have all these blank spaces in my videos that would have to be edited out if it was a professional organization, which it is not. But like I said, I think we're all caught up on the super chats and everything. So, and we just did all the emails. So I think we can go over and start answering questions in the live chat. Let's see if anything came in. Yank, how are you? You salty pirate. I don't think I'm a pirate. Are you a pirate? Well, we're a type of pirate. I would actually use that promo code. That was about a question I was talking about at the beginning before we actually went live with the recorded version here. I like ammo discounts. Does Minuteman Ammo have the production capacity to keep up with the discount code offer? Well, you think they would, or they wouldn't do it. By the way, people who don't know, because this might be watched tomorrow by people, a few people who might not have been here live. Minuteman Ammo wanted to give me a discount code for their ammo that I could advertise, and in that money, the savings would go to pets and vets. But I like being able to say I am a non-sponsored channel, that we are fully funded by the viewers. I don't want to take advertising, even though I advertise for them already because I believe in their product. I got a shit ton of it sitting back here that I have bought with my own money. I believe in their product. I think it's a very useful product to have around and perfect for stockpiling. That's what I didn't do, stockpiling. But they wanted to do that and donate the money to the Pets and Vets program. But I'm like, is it a slippery slope? Even though it's something I already advertise and already believe in, and is it, kind of the opposite of what this channel's about? And even though I trust them and know them, and they wouldn't ask me for anything other than, just trying to help. So, because I don't like about one of the things I don't like about doing promotions or advertisements, you end up having to do whatever they ask you to do because you want to keep the money flowing. And I don't like that. You got to take their opinions. You got to not say things that they don't want you to say, and you got to say things that they want you to say that you might not want to. So that's why I don't like doing promotions and stuff. Sent an email. I got it. I shared it already. When you smell something burning, that could be the first sign you're having a stroke. Yeah, I know. It didn't smell like burnt toast, though. It smelled like burning cardboard. Zyler was burning the cardboard. Zyler'd be doing it. That's his job. Caden cleaned out cleaned it out. Now we got to start digging the trench because we're going to wall and concrete in like a little 1 foot recessed area, where you can lay on your back and the car can drive over you and you've got room to move and work under the car, but without having to put it up on jacks or something. And I can't afford to put a lift in. I'd love to be able to put a hydraulic lift, just lift the cars, but it's safer to keep them on the ground than you crawl under them in a hole. So I want to do that. Where was I at? I don't remember what we were doing. We did get a super chat coming in, I do believe, here. Let's see, who was this from? It's Johnny Mandrick. I was wondering where he's at. It's a good thing I didn't take a poll tonight. I think a lot of people aren't here. Are Pringles potato chips? I don't know. How are we defining the word chips? Because to me, a potato chip means it's been chipped off the potato or sliced off, like it's a little slice. Pringles are never a slice of a potato. Like a potato chip has been a slice of a potato. You slice them into thin slices, throw them in oil, and make potato chips. My mom makes homemade potato chips and stuff, and they're freaking awesome. She makes like a spicy barbecue-y type potato chip at home. They're really nice. And there's a restaurant in town you go to, and they bring homemade potato chips to the table. I can't remember who that is, but so they've never been chipped off the potato. They're potato product, skins and all, that have been turned into a paste and then formed, but they're made of potatoes mostly, I think. So, and I really do like Pringles. Every time we get on a cruise ship, I get Pringles. Big can of Pringles from the commissary the gift shop, because they settle my stomach when I get a little seasick. The Pringles help. Sprite and Pringles makes me feel a little better every time. So I do that. So I like them and I get them, but I don't know if they qualify as potato chips. That would be a philosophical debate that I don't think I'm capable of solving right now. Let's see, where are we at? Oregon legislature's HB 307 is basically Measure 114 plus a 230% price hike and more bureaucratic red tape. Yeah, I saw that. I don't know if it was 230%. I think it was like, what did it go from? I think it's 130% price hike. The price itself is 230% of what it was, but it's 130% price hike. Because if you have something, like if you proposed $100 and it ended up being $230, well, that's a 230% greater price than what was originally offered. If it was already $100 and then you raise it to $230, well, that's 130% price hike. It's mathematic terms, but yes, you're basically right. One Idaho school district will allow teachers to conceal carry guns in the classroom beginning next school year. Good. Revolver pack and Mavis would be the best tattoo. That would be a good tattoo. But I don't think I'd be getting it. I'm not probably ever going to get a tattoo. I made it this far in life with no tattoos. I've never really been tempted to get a tattoo. One of the main reasons is I'm hairy. So anywhere I would normally get a tattoo, there's going to be hair. Like I wouldn't mind having one right here. If I was going to get a tattoo, right there's probably where I'd want it. Because I want to be able to see it. I don't want it to be somewhere I can't see it. I'm married to a whore, has a tattoo on their back. But I don't have a tattoo. But if I want one, I want it right here. And there's too much hair. I don't want a hairy tattoo. The Mummy for a gun movie. The Mummy was, I guess, a good gun movie. I never thought of it that way. I only saw it once. People can now hold baby armadillos at the Capybara Cafe in St. Augustine, Florida. I've been to St. Augustine before. Been there, went to they got an alligator farm real near there. We rented mopeds and drove over to the alligator farm. I remember doing that a long time ago. We were basically newlyweds at that point in time. So yeah, that was fun. And I kept expecting them to crash the moped. Where were we? I like armadillos, crunchy on the outside and soft in the middle. Sorry, old dime bar ad in the UK. That's awful. It's just mean. Will Minuteman Ammo ever have their ammo in stock? I go there and always on back order. Well, they've been on back order a lot lately because they've been moving to a new facility. The new facility is now up and running, I think. Fluid Focus. Who's Fluid? What is your personal favorite size cartridge at the range? Oh, about that size right there. Say it's about that size. A 357 Magnum. It's my favorite shoot ever. It's more fun to shoot. Everything. Does anyone at Minuteman Ammo watch your channel? They sometimes do. If so, then whatever they send would be viewer funding. Then whatever they well, that's true. It would be viewer funding if they paid because they do watch the channel. Because every time I go in there, they talk about something. I saw you ranting about this the other night. It's because they always bring up where I'm making a fool of myself, bitching and screaming. And Pigar says Pringles are particle board chips. I don't know if the word chip would work though. The best clips ever made, I think he means chips, were Keebler's potato skins. If you remember, I remember the potato skins. They were a little thick for me. They were kind of like they were kind of like a what do you call it? I think they were closer to a Pringle than they were a regular potato chip. But I liked them. They were okay in pinch, but I wasn't nothing I ever went after. I mean, I'm not a big go get potato chips kind of person anyway. The only time I really ever eat potato chips if they're barbecue potato chips. I like barbecue, or if I'm dipping them in French onion dip. But then I like nacho cheese Doritos in my French onion dip. But makes your dip all orange and gross. You get it out the next. Anybody goes and gets it out of your fridge next time and they see it, they're like, "Yeah, what happened?" But people just keep their face out of my fucking onion dip. But as I was saying, I'm not a big potato chip fan, except for like when I go on cruise ships, I get Pringles because they sit on my stomach, and I get motion sickness real bad. I get seasick on boats. I have to have Dramamine, and I have to have that little patch, that scopolamine patch. And the only bad thing about putting the scopolamine patch on is it does really help with the motion sickness, but it always makes you feel a little bit loogie, and it changes the way things taste. It alters your sensation of taste, so you don't enjoy things as much as you would. So that's one of the reasons I don't like it. If I didn't get motion sickness, cruises would be more fun. I've always enjoyed cruises. We used to go on 2 or 3 a year back when we made good money. And we didn't have kids, even though we did a couple after we had kids too. But it's just that it's a pain. Where was I? Get scrap wood and make solid wood lift ramps the length of your truck. You won't have the issue of drain water filling your trench. Oh, we're not going to have the issue of water filling our trench anyway, because our carport is on a deep slope, and it's got railroad ties and telephone poles drove into the ground to brace up that side of it to make it level. But it's so we're doing the trench to about a foot outside the door, and then we're doing a drainage ditch down the hill, which is our septic tank, and our leach field is down there. So we're just draining down that way. So we'll have drainage. We're not going to have to lay in water or nothing. And plus, it's in an enclosed carport. It's not just a top. It's 3 sides and a top. It's only open on one end. And Caden wants to put a drop-down door there. I'm like, I don't know, we'll see. Putting a lot of money into this carport. But he wants to set himself a little workstation up out there and everything. He wants to be a mechanic. He's in mechanic school right now, taking the program at the local community college. Which is why we've been doing a lot of things like changing his fuel injectors and stuff like that's good practice for him. And plus, me and him are learning things together, because I don't know much about fuel injection systems and stuff like that. Back when I used to have cars, they had carburetors. I was like, if we were rebuilding a carburetor, this would be a lot easier. I had to take it in fucking side and rebuild it. But fuel injectors, I don't know as much about this shit. And some of the stuff it said to do just made no sense to me. Like the high pressure line. It said, well, every time you change injectors, change the high pressure line. I'm like, why the fuck would I change a high pressure line? It's just a piece of metal. It doesn't have any parts that move or wear. It's not clogged. Why would I change it every time? It's like a $150 part. So I didn't change it. I was like, I didn't see any point in that. But it says in the little thing, we recommend you change it every time. Like, not fucking doing that. Why would I do that? And then there'll probably turn out to be a good reason why you do that. But I didn't do that. That bill was put forward by Kelly from Arizona, Gifford's husband. You mean the Oregon bill? Is that what you're talking about? Did he write that bill for him? I don't know. Oh, no, this is a different bill they're talking about. I've jumped to the bottom. I wouldn't trust most teachers with a sharp stick, much less a firearm. A lot of them are ex-military, and so there's a lot of them I would trust with a gun. Your thoughts on the bill going through Congress, Go Safe Act, banning most all semi-autos and saying no new guns can be put out by manufacturers until after approved by Congress? It ain't going nowhere. E. Honda is using your face in his thumbnail for some reason. I guess it's better than using his face. Have you seen his face? You should use my face. Shakey's Mojos were better. I think they're talking potato chips still. Where am I? I think that was the last question, and I think we're caught up over here too. Make sure. No, I think John Mandrick weighed in again here. Let's see what he had to say. What if instead of a discount code, it was a code that I could plug in when purchasing and they would donate to P&V? Well, that'd be the same goddamn thing. It's just different wording. You're getting into semantics. You're trying to base my character on semantics. Yeah. It's like when Military Arms Channel tried to say they weren't taking no money from the Indiana Gun Defense League or wherever it was they were forming. We're not taking any salaries. And I was like, well, are you being paid at all from the donated money? Are you taking expenses and reimbursements and all this other stuff? And then I got the cease and desist letter from their attorney to stop talking about them, remember? Because they were taking the money for themselves. If you use it, they'll do things like, well, they pay my mortgage and my car payment and my new Corvette and all that stuff, but I'm not taking a salary. So this is all volunteer. No, that's still fucking taking a salary. I hate to break it to you. If they're paying your mortgage and your car payment and the payment on your building for your gun shop, that's taking a salary. That's trying to play semantics to pretend like you're not a profiteer. All right, where are we at? I think that's it for tonight. Thanks everybody for coming. I appreciate it. I've been here a while because we started like 15 minutes, 20 minutes early today. Thanks everybody for coming, just so I could bitch about YouTube because I just gotten really shitty news. But thanks everybody for coming. Thanks everybody for participating. I appreciate it. Especially appreciate everything everybody does for the channel. Remember, tomorrow will be your last day to get entries into the double super secret rock giveaway. So if you want them, you better get them tomorrow. I will talk to everybody later. Hopefully see you again tomorrow. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again. That's what I was going to say. Fucked it up, but you know what I meant.